Do you ever ask yourself, when will how people dress in public be absurd enough? You know, or may know what I mean. Young and now older men walking around with pants that are halfway down their backsides and front sides, that require contorted gaits and regular tugs to keep their pants from falling to the ground. Young and now older women dressed for the beach when they go to work or to school. Absurd piercings and tattoos and hair dyes that serve no useful purpose other than to declare the autonomous image of the individual involved. I know my comments may sound judgmental to some, perhaps many of you, and they are. But they are a judgment not of the individuals, but of the culture that not only tolerates but encourages such clown-like costumes. Recently, I had the opportunity to visit the University of South Carolina, Columbia campus. I was on campus to attend and present an award to an outstanding NROTC cadet graduating with a mechanical engineering degree and soon to commission as an ensign in the U.S. Navy. The ceremony in Russell House went well, and spending time with the cadets and the leadership and staff of the battalion was a great experience for me and for my wife. We then had a light lunch in the house and were well treated by the staff of the eatery we visited. To that point, we were thrilled by our experience on that campus. Unfortunately, our impression of the school was diminished as we toured the campus around Russell House, and as we returned to our car parked in Bull Street parking. Now, what shocked us, what appalled me, was the sloppy, informal, and shockingly revealing attire of not a few, but a considerable percentage of the students on the campus, male and female, clearly going to and from class. Yes, it was a warm day. But really, this is an academic environment, not the beach. And frankly, I have been more comfortable at Times Square after midnight among the people of the night than I was on that university campus. It is difficult to reconcile such informal dress with the serious pursuit of higher learning. I wrote an email and provided a photo taken while leaving campus to the university president. The photo, I believe, illustrated the lack of professional standards currently reflected in the culture of the university, to express my threefold concern. Interestingly, and perhaps the topic of future podcasts, I shared the picture with a feminist friend whose response was to declare that I was a pedophile or a predator, and that violation of women's autonomy by codes was simply misogyny and male entitlement. My first concern is that higher education is incredibly expensive. It should be a serious pursuit. It must be a serious pursuit to justify the risky expense these students and their parents and you and I, through loans, are incurring to earn a degree. But the prevailing environment of sloppiness and spring break, reflected by the appearance of those we saw on that campus, causes me to seriously doubt that the education they are paying for will make these students truly exceptional. And exceptional is the only acceptable outcome for such a monumental investment. My second concern is rooted at the intersection of individual autonomy, rights, and civic duties. I am more libertarian than most, so I do not desire government or administrative regulation. To me, the better solution is to educate and inculcate all residents of the community, in this case the university community, staff, faculty, and students, a sense of professionalism and civic virtue that would serve this university, but frankly any community and any family, well. I ask that the president and the student government consider whether the current culture reflects a diminished sense of social responsibility that the university, as an institution and as a community, holds toward its community members. See, I'm convinced that a prudent and caring community considers the impact of individual choices on collective well-being. My third concern is that if even a small number of individuals use their personal autonomy in a way that intentionally or otherwise manipulates the social environment for intended or unintended advantage, or creates a lack of professional boundaries intentionally or unintentionally, or creates tension for any community member that leads to wrongdoing, intentionally or unintentionally, the community, the institution, the university has a role to play. But also culpable are the parents and guardians and educators and all others who failed to teach these young people how to balance personal autonomy with social duty. I believe that the virtuous path is to encourage a standard of individual expression that upholds the integrity of the community, of the academic environment, and does not inadvertently provide cover for behavior that is not in the community's long-term best interests. Armed with foreknowledge of these potential impacts, I would hope the community, the student body in this case, might be encouraged to choose a standard that reflects the dignity of the institution, of the community, of the University of South Carolina, and warrants the tremendous investment that the students, faculty, staff, and parents are making. This I believe. Aloha.